It began as just another ordinary afternoon in Seoul, the kind of quiet weekday where celebrities blend effortlessly into the city's polished landscape. Song Hye Kyo, known for her grace and almost impossible level of poise, had been keeping a notably low profile these past few weeks. No spontaneous magazine features, no unexpected event appearances, and no cryptic Instagram posts that usually sent fans hunting for clues. So when she was suddenly spotted stepping out of Maison Lévant, one of South Korea's most exclusive designer stores, the kind of place where purchases are quiet, private, and rarely accidental, the internet naturally froze for a second. The first images captured her in a simple cream coat, her hair loosely tied, and her expression calm yet unreadable. But observant fans have learned something: whenever Song Hye Kyo goes quiet, something is brewing. At first, no one thought much about why she was there. Celebrities visit designer boutiques all the time. But then a fan took a closer look at the bag the store assistant was carrying out behind her, not a shopping bag, but the brand's signature black archival box, used only for limited edition items or personalized pieces. It instantly signaled that whatever she bought wasn't something ordinary. It wasn't off the shelves. It wasn't random. It was curated. And this is where the entire narrative shifted. Because fans began comparing the store's recent limited capsule collection with what the box shape could possibly contain. Maison Lévant had only 2 archival box offerings this season, a bespoke scarf line called the Wanderer series, and a handcrafted leather accessory line titled the Nomad Arc Collection. Both were premium, story-driven, symbolic pieces designed around themes of distance, reunion, and shared journeys. The more fans dug, the faster one shocking detail surfaced. One of the signature items in the Nomad Arc leather series, a minimalist charcoal grey passport wallet, had been quietly gifted to Lee Min-ho months earlier, during his international press tour. There had even been a short segment in a behind-the-scenes YouTube vlog where he commented on receiving a very thoughtful gift, but didn't mention who gave it or what it meant. The wallet was seen only once more in a departure photo at Incheon Airport. Then never again. And now, suddenly, Song Hye Kyo walks out of the same brand's flagship store with a box identical in size and shape to the one used for that exact line. That was the moment the theories exploded. Because if she purchased something from that specific line, it wasn't just an item. Maison Lévant is known for symbolic pieces. Their items are chosen with intention. Their products are often linked to milestones, memories, or meaningful connections. They are not impulse buys. They are selected. Within an hour, fan communities began stitching the pieces together. One user pointed out that the brand ambassador for the Nomad Arc campaign last year was actually Lee Min-ho, not publicly promoted, but quietly involved in their private catalog series. Another fan dug up footage of Min-ho wearing a Maison Lévant ring during an interview in Japan. Someone else noted that both Song Hye Kyo and Lee Min-ho had been seen wearing the brand's fragrances during different award nights. But what really set the entire internet on fire was a comment made anonymously by someone claiming to be a fashion intern working at Lévant's head office. Their message was simple. She didn't choose randomly. She asked for something from the same series we sent him last year. There was no proof. No detail. Nothing that could confirm the claim. But the wording was enough. This wasn't about a simple shopping trip. It hinted at intention. At memory. At connection. People started asking questions. If she had chosen something from a line that Min-ho publicly appreciated, what did that mean? Was it a coincidence? A quiet nod? Something shared between them privately? And why now, after months of silence surrounding both actors? A stylist close to the industry also chimed in indirectly by liking a fan post that speculated she purchased a limited, initials inscribable piece, the kind easily personalized for someone else. The stylist later unliked it, but the damage was done. Screenshots had already spread. Even more curious was that Song Hye Kyo left the store without her team. No makeup artist, no assistant trailing behind, no manager leading the way. She walked out alone, holding her coffee with one hand and letting the store staff carry the archival box. Fans found it unusual. She never shops alone unless the purpose is personal. She is meticulous, guarded, protective of her privacy. If she goes anywhere without a standard entourage, it's because the moment matters. The speculation only grew stronger when fans discovered that Lee Min-ho had wrapped filming early that day. Not confirmed, but insiders claimed he had no scheduled interviews or shoots in the afternoon. A harmless coincidence, or something else entirely. Meanwhile, a reporter who happened to be near the store said Hye Kyo looked soft, comforted, almost nostalgic, as if she had stepped into a memory rather than a luxury boutique. Her eyes, though calm, carried that quiet emotional shimmer that longtime fans recognized instantly. It was the same expression she had once displayed before an important scene, during her drama, with Min-ho's closest friend in the industry. People started analyzing the way she held her coat close to her chest, the small smile she had when the staff handed her the box, the way she paused at the curb and glanced at something, or someone, across the street before entering her car. The moment felt symbolic, almost cinematic. And symbolism is something fans of these two have always paid attention to. But the story didn't end at the store. Because a new angle emerged from someone who recognized her driver, the same driver, who had been seen a few weeks ago outside a private art gallery linked to Min-ho's close circle of friends. Again, nothing confirmed. But the overlapping details were becoming too many to ignore. Within 24 hours, the theory had evolved into something much deeper than a simple shopping trip. It wasn't about fashion anymore. It was about timing, meaning, and the possibility that two of Korea's most admired stars were communicating through choices rather. What happened after she left the boutique is what truly fueled the narrative. Because instead of driving home, or heading toward a filming studio, Song Hye Kyo's car was seen taking a different route, not toward Gangnam, where she attends meetings, and not toward Hanam-dong, where she often visits her favorite gallery. Instead, her car moved quietly through the quieter outskirts of Sinsa district, stopping briefly outside a building fans recognized instantly. It was the headquarters of Studio Atria, a private creative house frequently used for closed-door fittings, photo edits, and personalized content reviews. And the last known actor to have held a private session there. Lee Min-ho. The connection didn't imply they were inside the building at the same time, that wasn't the rumor. What stirred the public was the idea that she might have been reviewing or preparing something linked to the same brand line he had been associated with. Something like a photo shoot. Or a personalized project. Or even a curated piece meant for collaboration or gifting. A witness outside the building claimed she stayed for less than 15 minutes. The box was still in the staff member's hands when she walked in, and it was with her again when she left, untouched, unopened, as though the purpose of stopping by had nothing to do with the purchase itself, but rather the symbolism surrounding it. Another curious detail emerged from an industry blogger, who claimed that Maison Lévant had actually paused sales of the Nomad Arc series an hour after she left the boutique. Officially, the website listed it as temporarily unavailable. But fans speculated it was a strategic move, a way to avoid a sudden spike in attention now that her name was involved. The biggest turning point, however, came later that evening. Song Hye Kyo posted a photo on Instagram, nothing extravagant, nothing dramatic. Just a close-up of a book on her coffee table, next to a small vase and a candle. But what people noticed wasn't the book. It was the reflection on the table's surface. A faint silver curve, subtle, almost invisible, that looked eerily similar to the metal accent on the Nomad Arc piece. Fans zoomed in. Analysts compared textures. And though nothing was proven, the shape was too distinct to ignore. Meanwhile, earlier that same day, Lee Min-ho had reposted a fan edit of his travels, something he rarely does. It seemed ordinary until someone pointed out a small background detail. The table in the video had the same Maison Lévant branded leather mat given only to ambassadors of the capsule collection. Suddenly, both their social media posts, though unrelated on the surface, seemed to echo a shared theme. Connection through subtlety. Meaning through design. Stories told quietly instead of publicly. But the moment that truly broke the internet was a statement made by a well-known fashion editor during a live stream. Without mentioning names, she said, "Sometimes people choose items to remind them of someone who gave them comfort during a difficult season." Then she smiled, a knowing, deliberate smile, as comments exploded with assumptions. By evening, the phrase "the item has a story" was trending globally. People began piecing together past events. The way Minute Ho's eyes softened during an interview when asked about meaningful gifts. The time Hye Kyo mentioned appreciating quiet gestures more than loud declarations. The overlapping circles of stylists, directors, and photographers they shared. The repeated coincidences that felt less and less like coincidences. And then came the final twist, the one that sent fans into complete disbelief. A reputable insider page revealed that the limited edition Nomad Arc collection included an option for dual personalization, 2 inscriptions inside the leather, designed for connected travelers. The reveal didn't mention whether she personalized the item. It didn't claim she bought a pair. But knowing that this feature existed made everything else feel suddenly possible. If she chose that option, if she even considered it, then the story wasn't about fashion at all. It was about sentiment. And sentiment is often louder than words. By the next morning, new paparazzi photos surfaced. Song Hye Kyo was seen stepping out for a light brunch, wearing a soft, almost glowing smile, the kind she only brings out when she's genuinely at peace. Fans described her aura as lighter, and done with pretending not to feel. She looked calm, introspective, even quietly joyful. What did she buy? Who was it for? Was it a symbolic gesture, a private connection, or the continuation of something long whispered about behind the scenes? No one knows. But the idea that she chose an item tied to a moment from Lee Minute-Ho's life, from a brand connected to both their journeys, was enough to keep the world talking. Because sometimes the loudest stories are not told through words, but through choices. Quiet choices. Intentional choices. Choices that hint at shared history, shared understanding, or something deeper, something the public might never fully see, but can always feel. And in the world of Song Hye Kyo and Lee Minute-Ho, feeling is everything.